Good evening. Hi. How are you? How are you, Nam? I'm very well. You are very well. What can you tell me? What did you do today? I go to school. I went to school. You went to school? And when I got home, I ate dinner. Okay, and then? I ate dinner with rice, meat, rice, beef, and vegetable. Rice, beef, and vegetable. Okay, that vegetables. I see that. Okay, let's talk about how could I say this? How was your school for today? How was your school for today? It was normal, like another day. It was normal, like a normal day. Yes. Nothing special. Nothing special about that one. Okay, I understand. What about? I have a question for you, Nam. What do Vietnamese do? What do you usually do when it is Christmas Day? Or do you also celebrating Christmas? I celebrate Christmas too, but we don't have Christmas tree. But you are celebrating Christmas, but you don't have Christmas tree. Yes. And do you also wait 24 when it is 24th day of December? Do you always wait when it's 12 o'clock? No, I don't wait until 12 o'clock. Yes, I just dream. Yes, dream. That. I see. So you usually do celebrating Christmas when it is 25th in the morning? Like that? Yes, but just a little. And actually in evening of 24th of December, one Santa Claus will give me present. That's okay. That's good. And do you also have like what do you call this one? Do you also have party in school during Christmas Day? Yes, but actually we have celebrated it on Monday this week. And then after that, okay. After that, do you also have a Christmas break or Christmas vacation? No, we don't have a Christmas vacation. Oh, you don't have Christmas vacation. I see. So even though it's Christmas, you will still go to school? Yes. Even though it's Christmas, then you still go to school like that. Yes, and when is
when it's 24th of December, I'm gonna take an exam too.
What?
The exam of the last of semester 1.
Oh my God! In the Philippines, when it is Christmas, the students has no school. It started on last December 16 until January 3. So there is no school that time. We call that Christmas vacation. So all the student can rest on their school. That's it. Vietnam Vietnam, maybe because Vietnam is really not into celebrating Christmas, right? Just like I think Korean people also do have holidays during Christmas Day and during New Year. Yeah, so children there, pupils, students there don't have schools as well. Okay, so let's move on with our lesson for tonight, Nam. We are with what? We are in listening, right?
Yes.
Yes. Let's move on with your homework. You have?
Two questions.
Then let's answer.
Question number 1 is, how many uncles and aunts do you have in your village?
In your family, so?
I have 5 uncles and 5 aunts.
You have 5 uncles and 5 aunts?
Yes.
How many uncles you have on your father's side and how many aunts you have on your father's side?
In my father's side, I have 4. No. Yes, in my uncle's side, I have 2 uncles and 2 aunts. And in my mother's side, I have 3 uncles and 3 aunts.
I see. And what about your cousins?
Question number 2 is, how many cousins do you have? And answer is, I have 13 cousins.
You have 13 cousins. Wow! You do have a big family now. You have a big family.
I have 4 cousins in my father's side and 9 cousins in my mother's side.
Oh, that's very good. Okay. Okay, so let's continue the listening because I think we didn't finish it, right?
Yes.
Did we finish?
Yes, we finished it.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, so that is lesson number 9. We will move on to lesson number 7, right?
Yes.
But unfortunately, I will check again because the last time I checked, there is no lesson 7. It is lacking lesson 7. So let us check. Wait a moment. Oh, my back is aching. It's very painful. Wait a moment now. Okay, so I think we're, oh yeah. It's not important at all because tonight we are going to talk about speaking, reading, right? We need to talk about reading because last time we talked about listening. So it's not important if there's no number 7. We are just going to talk about this one by next Sunday, by Sunday. So yeah. So let's have a review first with our lesson. Let's move on with the day 2. Reading, can you tell me what is the unit 1?
Unit 1 is rats.
Nice one. What about unit 2?
Unit 2 is race to the gold.
Race to the gold. Are you sure that it is? Oh yeah. What about unit 3?
Unit 3 is Annie Auckland.
What about unit 4?
Unit 4 is wilderness.
Unit 4 is wilderness, correct? What about unit 5?
Unit 5 is technology.
No, technology is on the speaking.
Unit 5 is?
It's all about brain.
Brain power.
Correct. What about unit 6?
Unit 6 is I don't know.
It's all about movies. We talk about movies in unit 6. What is that? What is unit 6?
Unit 6 is films.
You're guessing. Unit 6 is all about saving for the movies. Do you still remember the topic? Like, how can we save the movie from before? So there's one person who saved movies, old movies.
About Robert.
That's right. That's right. Very good. You still remember. Okay, so we are moving on with the unit number 6. Unit number 7. So bear with me for a moment now. I will open this one. I will share it with you. So let's wait for a moment first. By the way, Nam, have you tried studying English before? Like studying online English before Pantado?
I study English online in the internet.
In the internet.
But it's not talking like this.
What is it?
Each lesson have a video, and we watch it.
And then
do exercise there.
But you also have teachers.
Teacher, but Available clip.
Available what?
Available video.
Oh, so you are just like when you were studying, you will just watch a video, not an actual teacher like this one. Like we are really talking.
Yes.
Okay, what is the name of that and online English internet? No. I mean, what is the name of that online English company? If you can
What?
still remember. I
What's
said,
the name of website?
yes, very good. That's right.
Is till 9123.
So you are also paying a tuition fee with that internet online English.
Yes, but now don't study it anymore.
Oh, I see that. So how long you've been studying in that online English? How long you've been studying?
I can't remember.
You can't remember. I see. But this is your first time studying in Pantado.
Yes.
And do you like studying in Pantado?
Yes, I like it.
Yay! Do you really like it?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you so much for liking Pantado's class. Pantado also likes you because you're very smart. You're a good boy and you're a good student. So yeah. I will ask you now if you can see my screen.
I can see your screen.
Oh, here we are again. What about this time? Can you see welcome to Pantado's class?
Yes. And now I see is fairy tales and folklore.
That's right. So you are in a good track on the screen. Now, can you tell me now, what do you understand with the fairy tales and folklore? Okay, here. Let us describe the difference between what is the difference in fairy tales and what is the difference in folklore.
I don't know the folklore.
Okay, so let's just say the fairy tale.
Fairy tale is a story that is not real, and each story have their own lesson.
That's right. So when we say fairy tale, the example for that is Cinderella, Snow White, Beauty and the Beast. So when we say fairy tale, those are the magic story. Do you get it? It includes magic. It includes magic. And in every fairy tale stuff, in every fairy tale, it always do have happily ever after at the end of the story. So we know that there is no like that. Maybe it is existed happily ever after, but in fairy tales we can see there's magic. We know that there's no magic. And in fairy tales it's full of imagination, right? When we say folklore, this is a traditional beliefs. This is the story of the community or the story of your place. For example, in the Philippines, we have folklore like history before Magellan, the Spaniards. the Spaniards came to the Philippines and the Filipino fight them. And then, yes, because the Spaniards wanted to claim that the Philippines is for them. But the Filipino, you know that story?
No, I know what is folklore.
I see.
Vietnamese now.
Oh, very good. And that's a good thing. So that is folklore, a traditional beliefs or a story before. A story in your country, a story in your place. That's folklore. And this folklore is very different from fairy tale because fairy tale is not true. Folklore is sometimes true because they are history. So yeah. That's it. Do you understand? Do you know now? Do you know now what's the difference between the fairy tale and the folklore?
Yes, I know it now.
Very good. So let's move on first with the vocabulary. I want you to read the first word.
So what is mansion?
Very. Do you know what mansion is?
It's a big house.
That's right. Mansion. What about the next word? What? Wait a moment.
Next The next one is crumb.
Wait a moment. Okay, we have crumbs. Do you know what is crumbs?
Yes, crumb is a piece, small piece.
A piece of what?
A small piece.
A small piece.
I have crumbs of paper.
It could be. What about the next word?
Is pig pen.
Okay, can you tell me what is pig pen?
Is a place for the pig to live in.
That's right. What about next one?
This one is rubber.
Okay. Are you familiar with the rubber?
Yes.
Okay. What about this one?
Next one is itchy.
Do you know what is itchy?
Itchy, I really we hurt and we want to
what?
want to what I have do here.
Okay, so let's move on. What about this one?
Grass.
What about this one?
Ivy.
I don't know, but really though, the PowerPoint moves on their own. And what about this one?
Poison.
And this one?
Glove.
Okay, now can you tell me now, what is the word that you don't understand based on our vocabulary words here?
What is ivy?
Okay, but before I tell you what is ivy, can you please read what is ivy means in Vietnam? Here, can you please read?
Cây thường xuân.
So what does it mean in English?
I don't know what is cây thường xuân means.
I mean, when we talk about ivy, there is an ivy about there is a flower called ivy. There is a name called ivy. So when we say ivy, there's a lot of meanings, but maybe in this one, that's why I ask you what is the meaning for Kai Tok Swan in English, because I wanted to understand what does it mean as well. But for me, ivy here, it is a do you know that it is do you know what is evergreen evergreen plant? That's ivy. It is a woody evergreen plant. How could I explain it to you? But ivy is a plant. It is Eurasian plant, I think. I'm not sure. But in the Philippines, ivy does have a shiny leaves and green. The good thing is that I will just show you a picture. Maybe it will help. I will just get my cell phone there. I will ask ivy plant. Here.
Okay.
This is the ivy plant we have here in the Philippines. It's very nice plant, but yeah, it will grow in, for example, this is the body of the tree. So the ivy will just grow on the body of the tree.
Okay.
Like this one. This is the evergreen plant or flower. Understand? But this is a kind of plant. Ivy is a kind of plant. Okay. A kind of plant that will grow on the body of the trees, that will grow on the wall on the wall. They will grow there. So that's the ivy plant. Okay, so I will read the story about Marsha first, and then after that, please, when I am reading, I want you to listen carefully to teacher, and then after that, I want you to read again and tell me what words you don't understand if you don't have words that you don't understand. Okay now?
Okay.
Right, so listen carefully first. Marsha. Marsha lived with her stepmother Minty and her father Muppy in a large mansion. Her father had his own business and was often traveling across the country. Marcia was left home with her stepmother and her two stepbrothers, Muddy and Mushy. Every morning, the boys would yell at her and put dirty sacks under her bed. They would leave cookie crumbs on the floor of her bedroom. They would use their mother's shoes to track dirt all over the floors in the hallway. Their rooms would like big bins, and they would force Marcia to clean them before she went to school. One day, while her father was away, she and her friend Maria had a wonderful idea. They put on a rubber gloves, went to the woods, and gathered poison ivy plants. They smeared and leaves all over the sheets of Muddy and Mush's bed. That evening, the boys were up to their usual mean tricks. Marcia just smiled and said, "Thanks, guys, but now it's my turn." The very next morning, the boys woke up feeling very itchy. Their mother suggested they stay home from school. They did not want to miss the baseball game, though, so they grabbed their backpacks and ran out the door. As the day went on, they got more and more itchy. They were sent to the nurse. Muddy and Mashy had poisoned ivy all over their arms, their legs, and bodies. The nurse sent them home for 2 weeks. Marcia and Maria got them good, so they never bothered Marcia again. Well, not as much anyway. Oh, so it's your turn to read the story.
Marcia lived with her stepmother, Mighty, and her mother, Moppy, in a large mansion. Her father had his own business and was often traveling across the country. Marcia was left home with her stepmother and her two stepbrothers, Muddy and Mushy. Every morning the boys would yell at her and put dirty socks under her bed. They would leave cookie crumbs on the floor of her bedroom. They would use the muddy sauce to check dirt all over the floors in the hallway. Their rooms would look like pig pens, and they would force Marcia to clean them before she went to school. One day, while her mother was away, she and her friend Maria had a wonderful idea. They put on rubber gloves, went to the wood and gathered poison ivy plants. They smeared a leaf all over the seats of Muddy and Mushy's beds. That evening, the boys were up to the usual mean tricks. Marcia smiled and said, "Thanks, guys, but now it's my turn." The very next morning, the boys woke up feeling very itchy. Their mother suggested they stay home from school. They did not want to miss the baseball game, so they grabbed their backpacks and ran out the door. As the day went on, they got more and more itchy. They were sent to the nurse. Muddy and Mushy had poison ivy all over their arms, legs, and body. The nurse sent them home for 2 weeks. Masha and Maria got them good, so they never bothered Masha again. Well, and not as much anyway.
So, can you understand the story?
I understand all.
So, can you tell me what is the lesson that you've learned reading the story?
Is never tricks.
Never trick what?
Never tricks other people.
That's right, because one day, someday, other people will got trick on you too. So that's the big consequences that you really need to do. So you are not you. If you don't want other trick you, then don't trick others people too. That's easy as that. Don't do unto others what you want others do unto you. That's our golden rule. So if you don't want others do something bad for you, then don't do bad unto others. Be always a good boy. Okay now?
Okay.
Very good. Now let's move on with this one. Now we have here structure. Don't worry, I will just give you this as your homework. Remember now here, I want you to remember that whatever the structure sentences look like, it should be like that as well. So for example, when we have look like sentence, you are going to make a sentence that has look like. Okay? Look like, as in look like. And would plus verb. So you will make a sentence using the word would plus verb. It should have the would and the verb should present, should be in the sentence, because that's the word that you need to compose, you need to structure from that word. So when you are making sentence, you should follow what it is written for this. For example, like this one, okay?
Okay.
And S. So when we say S, that's the subject. Subject plus the word suggest plus the word clause. Got it?
Yes.
So it is your homework, because I know that it's a bit difficult as well. So you need to study making the sentences. You don't need to copy that one. I will just take a picture and then send it to your mother's Facebook later on after the class. So I will inform her as well that we have a homework so that you can, you will remember as well. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, now let's move on with our exercises for tonight. Okay, number 1. Why was Marcia often left with her stepbrothers and stepmother? A. Her dad was on vacation in Hawaii. B. Her father was away and on business. C. Her father liked to eat out. D. She liked being left home with them. What will be your answer?
B. Her father was away on business.
That is correct. That's right. Number 2. A synonym for gathered would be what? Do you know what is synonym?
Yes, it's the same meaning.
Same meaning, that's right. What is the synonym for gathered? A. Collected. B. Let loose. C. Met. Or D. Mixed together.
A. Collected.
Are you sure with that?
Yes.
Okay, collected is correct. So gathered, collected is the synonym for the word gathered. Now, number 3, why did Marcia use rubber gloves? Why did Marcia use rubber gloves? A. Because they were good for her skin. B. So she and Maria wouldn't get poison ivy. Letter C. They help her with her homework. Or D. Because she didn't want to touch her stepbrothers. What will be your answer?
B. So she and Maria wouldn't get poison ivy.
That's correct. Very good. Now let's move on with this one. Number 4. This fairy tale is most like blank. This fairy tale is most like blank. A. Cinderella. B. Three belly goats gruff. C. Sleeping Beauty. Or letter D. Jack and the Beanstalk.
I don't know.
Choose either. Okay, choose from A to D. You have choices anyway.
B.
Three belly goats gruff. Are you sure with that?
I'm not sure, but I can't.
The answer is letter A, Cinderella. So if you are familiar with the story about Cinderella, Cinderella also got stepmother and two stepsister that is very naughty. They let Cinderella do the household chores. So this is similar with this story is similar with the Cinderella story. Now, best time for game. Who did Marcia live with? A. Her brother, her stepmother and two brothers. B. Her father and mother. C. Her stepmother and two sisters. D. Her grandparents.
A. her stepmother and 2 brothers.
That's correct. What about number 2? Okay, number two. Did Marsha live on well with her brothers? Yes or no?
No.
And what did Marsha's brother's room look like? What did Marsha's brother's room look like? A.
C. Big beds.
And how did the boys feel when they woke up every morning? A. Good, decided, C. Happy, or B. D. Itchy.
Itchy.
Very good. Now,
goodbye, see you again.
So that will be the end of our lesson in speaking, Nam. So, here, let's check. Oh, we do have 4 minutes left, but don't worry. So, remember your homework, okay? You need to make a sentence. 1 sentence for look like, 1 sentence for would. Would less verb. 1 sentence for the subject, plus the word suggest, plus the word clause. 1 sentences each. So your homework would be 3 sentences overall.
Okay.
Very good, Nam. So what are you going to do after this class, Nam? Are you going to sleep or not?
I'm going to do homework.
You have a lot of homework?
Not so much.
Not so much. Like how many homeworks for tonight?
9.
Ah, that's too much.
Not so much.
Huh? So, how many subjects you have in one day in school?
Today?
Yep, today.
Today I have I look at the timetable. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 subjects.
Okay, so why you have got 9 homework when you just have 4 subjects today?
9 math exercise.
I see, but you can do it. You're very smart. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, by the way, Nam, my manager told me that on December 24, from December 24 to January 1, Pantado got a holiday. So it's either for us to teach or not, or to not teach. So it's up to us if we can teach or if we don't teach. But I will ask you now, are you still going to study with me on December 25th, Christmas Day?
Yes, I can study.
Okay, good, because I can study too. So yeah, we are not going to do on holiday. But maybe teacher will do. Yeah. It's Wednesday. I know it's Tuesday. So our class is Wednesday, so that's okay for me too. Okay, now, so I'll see you again by Saturday morning. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye now. See you.
See you.